I agree. I think there's a certain level where you're allowed to get frustrated, but also when the first thing you go to is like that, like unhappy. My food came out and it was slightly not the way I wanted.
Yeah. Or they go, this tastes weird. And then the
Like,
server
what do
will
you
be like,
mean?
what do you mean? I don't know. It just tastes weird.
Can you make it again? Yeah.
And then they'll go, and you can tell, like, there's this, like, when people play chess, like, okay, it's your move. Like when the waitress will go, like, well, what do you mean? And you would be like, not to say we were doing this, but like the person who's like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I've had this before and I loved it, and I'm sorry, I never do this. Like, I never really complain.
And they always say that. I'm sorry, I never do this.
Yeah. And then the girl and the sweet waitress would be like, no, it's okay. Would you like to look at a menu?
Yeah.
And it's like, she's like, I mean, yeah, maybe. Like, I'll glance at it, and then of course you'll pick the next thing, and because this thing's gonna be comped. You're like,
yeah.
Did you find anything that maybe somebody else would try? Like, maybe I'll try. And then so they'll be nice. They'll switch it out. They'll comp it, and then they'll bring the thing out. And obviously, you're already done with your meal, right?
Yeah.
So now you just got your meal. But now you're showing your dissatisfaction still because you're like, well, can I just get a box? Because I this came late, and I can't.
Yeah.
And you're like,
this came out late. Well, actually, you ordered another meal.
You're looking for drama. Yeah, you ordered another meal. Tell your friend to stop eating. We'll put it in the microwave for you. I am bothered so much by those people who call out waitresses like that, or waiters.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's like,
if you pick something and it tastes weird, that's on you.
Yeah. That's your palate.
Those
are your taste buds. They should have known better.
Yeah. Like, I remember I went one time with a couple of guys, and we went to a bar or something like that. I ordered an old fashioned, right?
Yeah.
Old fashioned is a classic drink that I love so much. It's my go-to. And this wasn't like a fancy bar or anything even cool. Like, it was like it's almost like a neighborhood bar and grill kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So you kind of anticipating not the best old fashions, though it's a simple recipe.
Right.
But anywho, the drink comes out. It doesn't taste like an old fashioned. So, and there's two other buddies that drink old fashions that are with us. And I was like, hey, try this. And he was like, yeah, that doesn't taste like an old fashioned. That's weird. Like, did they put like orange juice instead of like bitters in there? Or, like, what did they do? And so the girl comes back, and I was like, hey, can you, this kind of taste, I did pull the card, like, this kind of tastes weird. Can you, can he remake this, And so she took the glass back, and I think they just added more stuff to it and brought it back. And again, it did not help.
Just tastes the same.
So when she came back, she was like, how was it? I was like, oh, it's fine. That was me lying through my teeth, because I am not going to make a thing where, like, hey, it's booze. It's still pleasant. I'm going to finish it.
Not what I wanted, but listen.
I don't need you to take it off my plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did I get a nice buzz? Yes, I did. Did it taste like an old fashioned? No, it tasted like you had some whiskey and a little bit of orange juice and a splash of bitter in there.
Interesting.
But I'm not trying to play this game where I have to walk out to be given a bunch of things to feel justified.
Right.
There's
it's like
people
almost
out
like
there,
somebody owes you something. I don't like that.
When people like know how to work the system, I think they intentionally they become like sharks in the water.
They're like looking for something.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I talk to your manager?
Yeah.
And you're going to get something comped at that point. Like, you're looking for it.
I asked for dressing on the side.
I hate when like we're at a restaurant and like the manager will come and say, how's everything tasting? Because I'm like, you're just doing this because you have to. It's like,
you always say it tastes amazing.
Yeah. There's people who go to restaurants and they go, how's your service? Like, oh, you know what? Nobody checked how my food tasted at all. I'm like,
nobody came and checked on us.
How much do you want to talk to people? Go make a friend. Who cares? My ideal dinner environment is I got my meal.
Don't be bothered. Yeah.
And I'm enjoying my conversation with the person I'm with.
Occasionally they'll come refill your water. And
that's it.
If you need anything,
come back and ask me if I want a refill on something. That's great. Apart from that, it's just like I don't like. But there's people out there be like, oh, they never came and checked on how the food.
They never came and asked if we liked our food.
Your parents believed in you way too much stuff.
Yeah. It's a different. But you've also worked in the what is it called? The industry,
the service industry.
Service. And so, for me, it's more like, I don't want anybody to hassle over me. I don't want you to like,
that's what normal
bend over backwards. I want you to like, I love it even if I hate the food, I'm going to tell you I love it.
That's normal people.
But
That's normal people. I'm only going to be irritated if you don't come back. Like, I wanted another drink and you never came back, and now I'm going to hurry. I have to pay. Like, that's a different story. I'm like, hey, I wanted another whiskey. Like, is that?
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't need attention. You know what I mean? I don't want to wield this power of like, I'm the customer and the customer is always right.
And entitlement kind of thing where you're like,
Yes.
I'm owed like the top level of care.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm your child.
Is Steven still the manager here?
Yeah.
Can I please talk to Steven? Well, Steven
Steven
works on Wednesdays. Don't name drop too. You know, just stop. Just freaking enjoy it and go
what's
home.
that episode of The Office where the they think they're being like what is it with the mafia? Something with like Italian mafia.
Yes.
And then he goes
He's
out to
the insurance
lunch with them.
salesman,
Yes. And he says he
the
asks for something on the side,
Yeah.
and then Michael asks for something on the side.
If it comes in and it's not on the side, I'm sending it back. I'll have the
That's a
ragu.
good episode.
And if the sauce on the side, if the sauce is on the ragu, I'm sending it back.
No, he wanted it on top. He said, if it's on the side,
Yeah.
I'm going to send it back.
I'd like the ragu. If the sauce is on the side, I'm sending it back. It's great. I hope we have followers that like.
If you like The Office, you're
fan favorite.
Fan favorite of ours.
Fan favorite. Yeah.
We like you a lot.
Hey, thanks for watching our Next Door Neighbors podcast.
And be sure to capture the full episode anywhere podcasts are streamed and including our YouTube channel, Next Door Neighbors.